Hello, everyone. My name is Chris Lopilato, and I'm with National Financial Credit Group. Who we are and what we do. So, National Financial Credit Group is a credit repair company. We're able to permanently delete negative items from one's credit report. We're located in Braintree, Massachusetts. And in addition to credit repair, we also do a lot of credit education. For the purpose of today, we're here to be able to educate in regards to the SBA, what they're offering to small business owners and independents as well that have been affected by this COVID-19 coronavirus that's affecting the world essentially right now. So we're going to be talking about two different plans that are being offered that was just signed in the bill that just the other day, last week, and made available as of Monday night. And one will be available upcoming on Friday. By the way, full disclosure, I apologize in advance. There's nothing I can do about the lighting here on my bald head. Sorry. I've tried. I tried everything. So moving on. So for today, what we're going to do is we're going to talk about, I'll introduce both that are being offered by the SBA, but one of them we'll talk about today, and another one we'll be able to end up posting another video tomorrow and discuss that in detail. For starters, the Economic Injury Disaster Loan, also known as EIDL, is one of the loans being offered by SBA. The other one, which I'm sure has been getting a lot more recognized by many of you small business owners, is the PPP, also known as the Payroll Protection Loan. That one is going to be the one that's going to be available on Friday, the 3rd. What month are we in? Yeah, April 3rd. And so that one there you'll be able to apply. That one is one that you'll be able to go to your local bank and they will assist you with that loan. It's a little bit more involved, a little bit more paperwork involved with it as well. It's going to take a little bit more time to be able to get funded for it and some larger amounts. This one here is called, again, the Economic Injury Disaster Loan. It's more of an advance. It's for those of you that need money now that could really be helpful, specifically today being April 1st, that many of you have bills that are due. And scrambling of what to do. Specifically, we've had zero income coming in or you're dipping into your reserves, which is all fine as well. And if you choose to want to continue to do that, that's okay. But this is a loan that is being offered, and there's some unique things that come along with this loan that I particularly liked. And I think personally, every small business owner should apply for it, in my opinion. It'll help them, and most of all small business owners will be eligible. The key points in regards to this is that it does not have to be repaid. Oh, while I'm talking about it, why don't I share my screen and be able to end up sharing the paragraph that I copied directly from the SBA website. So here we go. We'll share that. I'll move this over so you'll be able to see it. I'll make it a little bit larger. So those of you, I can see it more clearly. Okay. So this is a paragraph directly copied from the SBA website. And again, it does not have to be repaid. And I'll point that out here. Or I think I could probably highlight this. The last line in this paragraph here, funds will be made available within 3 days of successful application, and the loan advance will not have to be repaid. I think that's a pretty big deal. So it's to be bolded here. So therefore, that we all are aware of the fact that this is a $10,000 loan advance, and the SBA, the government, has been making this available to us. President Trump signed on to this, and funds will be made available within 3 days of a successful application, and this loan advance will not have to be repaid. I thought that would require some emphasis on that because that's very rare for any of us small business owners are aware of the fact that it may take a little bit longer to receive funds on any application. The other thing to know as well is that this is a no-doc loan. This is going to be pretty easy for most of us to be able to apply for. It's 5 easy steps, and I will show you on what these steps are and walk you through it a little bit. I can't walk you through the whole thing, but I can walk you through where to go to locate it, how to be able to find it, and the application, how long it will take you. It should only take you roughly about 10 minutes, so it's pretty quick to be able to end up going through. That being said, so for starters, this is the link that's below here. It's quite a long link, as you can probably imagine, given the fact that it is the SBA, so they made it a little bit longer here. But however, I'm going to walk you through it. I'm going to show you how to be able to end up Googling it, and you'll bring you right to the link in the SBA site, so therefore you can apply for it. What are the qualifications? So one of the questions that's been asked a lot is, am I eligible? So let me read you from the SBA website of who is eligible. For starters, that you need to be a small business with fewer than 500 employees. So fewer than 500 employees you can qualify for this. A small business that is otherwise meets the SBA's size standards, which essentially is 500 employees or less. Also, 501c3s with fewer than 500 employees, also eligible. An individual who operates a sole proprietor, eligible. An individual who operates as an independent contractor is eligible. An individual who is self-employed and who regularly carries on any trade or business is eligible. A tribal business concern that meets the SBA size standard. A 501c19 veterans organization that meets the SBA size standard as well, all eligible. So realistically, many of us that will fit that qualification to apply for this loan. It's again really, really simple, 5 steps, as I mentioned. One of the things that is required within this loan to qualify for is you must have had a business prior to February 15th, 2020. You need to be able to document that if necessary later on. I'm not quite sure exactly how they're going to end up verifying that at the moment. It is going to be fluid, but probably from your employee identification number is my guess, is that they'll end up looking at that to identify when it was that you were in business. So you will qualify as long as your business has been opened and in operation prior to February 15th, 2020. Let's see, all corporations are accepted as well, as I read to you on the eligible list, with C Corp, S Corp, an independent business owner as well is also eligible to be able to apply for it. So, and the process is streamlined, as I mentioned. No documentation required for this, which is awesome. They've really allowed to loosen up these laws, and again, they're focused on trying to get us funds as quickly as we possibly can. There's a series of questions that will be asked within the application process, and those questions within the process, I recommend highly to make sure that you read them thoroughly and answer those questions that are pertaining to you and your business. There'll be questions about your business, there'll be questions about yourself, but basic questions that you'll be able to end up answering. Again, as I stated earlier, it's 5 steps, basically 5 pages within the application. They're pretty quickly to end up going through, and it should only take you about 10 or 15 minutes tops to be able to end up going through this. So really easy. So let's see, what else can I tell you about it? I think that pretty much covers most of this information within it. One of the questions that was asked of me is basically, can I apply for this here loan advance and apply for the PPP as well? The answer is yes. So as far as I'm aware of, everything that I've read, that they've said, yes, you can apply for both. Doesn't mean that you're double dipping. It just means that what they'll do is they'll combine afterwards. This purpose is for an advance to end up helping many of those that are in need, and $10,000 can go a long way as well. And for some of you that may not need anything more than the $10,000, that's fine too. Some of you may not qualify, you may not end up having a lot of payroll requirements within it to qualify for the PPP, and this $10,000 is great, and it will fit exactly what your needs are. Again, especially whereas today being the first, there's a lot of bills, and just to be able to survive especially whereas that you are relying on that income that you may have lost during this disaster. So let me do this. Let me move this along out here and bring in this screen here to be able to end up showing. Why does it feel like that I've lost a screen share and it did not share? Let's see. Okay. Sorry for the, let's see, try this again here. We'll share the screen. There we go. Okay. So hopefully you're able to end up seeing this. All right. So what you want to get to Google for the link to end up getting to that link. You want to Google, the easiest way is going to end up being economic injury disaster loan. For me, it's actually coming up right away. You can have the word advance in it or not, which is fine. And you'll see that it's coming up directly on the SBA. You want to make sure it's the SBA because no other banks can offer this currently right now. It is the SBA only that can offer this. Here's the application. Now, a couple of things to notate on this. Many got confused as a result of where to click. So you have an option here to be able to end up clicking on. You have an option below to be able to end up clicking on. So where do I end up doing it? Well, easily enough that you can end up reading through this, of course. You'll see that the economic injury disaster loans and loan advance is the first one on top. And, excuse me, and it brings you there automatically as well. So you can easily just click here to bring you to the application. You can read through this. Again, the paragraph that I showed you earlier in that document that I shared, it shows the same thing here is, whereas it states that this application is a loan advance and will not have to be repaid. States also here as well, this is an injury disaster loan advance up to $10,000. So it's really describing exactly what this is and to be able to end up helping who it is as well. So if you click here, it's not going to end up giving you, this one, if you apply for the disaster unrelated COVID-19, click here. And the disaster loans also available in your residence and declared disaster areas. You can click on that, but that's what you don't have to worry about because this is pretty much the entire US as it states here in the first line of that paragraph. So click on it and it'll bring you right to the application. And here it is, as I promised, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 steps here within the application process. I can't bring you all the way through the process, unfortunately, without applying for it. But as you can see here, it's giving you some basic questions that you'll end up answering. Some review of the following also and the questions that you'll end up having. I recommend read each and every one of them. Don't just automatically just click on things and then move forward. Read each and every one of them, so therefore it knows which one pertains to you, which one does not, that you don't end up applying on or clicking on. And then once you've done that, you can click on next. In this case, I think I can bring us through here just to show you the next page. Should be enough. In this case, not more than 500 employees. Application operates under the sole proprietorship without employees in funds. So we know that in fact that's not going to apply to me at this point. But if it does apply to you, click on it, and you'll go through the process to be able to end up continuing. Not engaged in illegal activities. These, for me, I've already done this already, so I know precisely these answers. But again, I recommend reading through those to make sure that none of those pertain to you. You'll click continue, and it'll bring you to the business information. There is a confusing part that for some of you, when you do apply, you'll end up seeing that it'll ask you, after you filled out this information here, and the next page, if your business is owned by another entity. Now, if it is, obviously, you'll know that. You'll be able to end up clicking on that correctly and then fill out that additional information. If not, then the business on yourself that will provide you on that next phase. But this is basically what it is here. Really simplistic, very easy to walk through, as you can see, and the remaining of it is not difficult either. My recommendation is when you get here into the summary page, I would print that summary page. It'll end up giving you a checkbox to make sure that you're not a robot. So therefore, once you end up seeing that, before you checkbox that robot, you want to be able to print that page. Once you've done that and gone to the next page, it'll give you a application number. I would recommend printing that one as well. So there are 2 pages that I would recommend printing. Again, you don't have to, but it's something that I would recommend to do to keep for your records, and I think it'll be very, very helpful for you in the future if you need to have it as a reference for any reason whatsoever. So let's see, did I miss anything here? All right, just as a recap. So as a recap on this, no documents needed, which is great. That'll help the process. Read all your questions thoroughly and answer the questions that pertain to you. Corporation type. Have your corporation information there with you, so therefore that you know exactly what type of corporation that you have, whether it's a C Corp, a S Corp, or a limited liability, and or that you end up having an independent application that you want to be able to submit. Print the 2 summary pages that I mentioned. I would do that on, again, the summary and then the application number. And the questions that I think I answered so far that I've been asked regarding this: can I apply for this as well as the PPP once available? And the answer is, according to everything that I've read and everything that I've been advised, the answer is yes, that you can do that. You can apply for this and that as well. Just note that they're not going to end up forgiving everything 100%, but if you fall within the category of the 8 weeks they'll forgive with the PPP and this falls within it, great. If it's not, then you'll end up understanding it's all about the math there. But either way, you can definitely apply for both. It's about the same. This $10,000 to give you some money now within 3 days. And finally, again, to be able to end up going to it, make sure that when you end up Googling, you're Googling economic injury disaster loan, or you can go directly to the SBA website, which you can go to, and you'll see, and I'm going to back through here, be able to end up showing it to you. You can end up seeing that the one that you want is the economic injury disaster loans and loan advance. It'll bring you right there and be able to end up clicking on it to apply for that application. Pretty simple. The one thing that I would recommend that I've been told, I don't have 100% fact on this or not, but I've been told that once the money expires for this particular loan advance, that they will not be replenished, from what I understand today. That may change in the future. So my point of why I'm bringing this up is apply for it now. I would recommend every small business owner to apply for this as soon as you possibly can. Because you never know when either one, the system will crash, because it did already once, and or if the money becomes unavailable and all used up. So again, I appreciate your time. I appreciate you listening. I hope this is really helpful for you. If you have additional questions, this will be posted on our website and it will be shared with some others as well. You can always reach out to us at nationalfcg.com. You can go to our website, or that you can email me directly. I'm happy to be able to end up helping, which is chris@nationalfcg.com. Thank you, and stay safe.